center.
I think I've got feet. I imagine that's for radio waves and microwaves. Check this out. I'm not quite sure if that has to do with Lawrence Expressway or Low Rants. Not sure. Okay, this right here explains kind of where everyone's at. That's linked with Livermore. But that would explain why a lot of people's names are Mickey or Michael. Why they link up with toilets, and why we haven't updated that whole system. And stainless steel sinks in stock like that links up to Campbell and Caesar Stone. And if you have anyone that's like Cesat in your family,
also will be, yeah. Danny, what do you need from us? Great question. The fancy clothes that I asked you to bring there for this. So go put them on and you can help me set up the ceremony. But Nick won't be back for 2 hours. And then it's just, surprise, vows, cake, and happily ever after. Oh, amazing plan. No notes. Get it, girl.
Got a little extra material from when we did the inmate release uniforms. I got inspired.
You made these for me.
So I'm gonna let it go to waste. I mean, the zipper doesn't really work, but I tell you my life.
You're so good with your hands. How are the machines running this morning?
Now that you mention it, one of the straight stick machines needs an event.
Let's see if we can't find them.
Okay, so I think the reason why that man in that series, about the Four Seasons, is like no notes girl, is because when I add notes to a well, when I add it to the video and add it also to a particular space in the video that happens to be about countertops, it's almost as though I'm writing it in stone again, like a commandment. And I think that's what that represents, is that we don't really realize it at the moment we're doing it, but we're actually doing commandments when we're handling stonework and stonemasonry. And even something as simple as writing out what the contents of a particular business is that happens to also be about stonemasonry, it's essentially getting mixed back up with religion and with command line prompt instructions that are interpreted as though they are like, this is the breadcrumbs in order to get out of a burning building, essentially. And I am in a way trying to describe that by putting up the video regarding the server rack, because I think that why we keep cooking each other and why we've had problems in the past with microwaving is because we don't know how to get out of a server rack, particularly, like a cat. And I think it's also because we don't really know where we are. And cats, cats have this ability to kind of be in a few different places at the same time. And I mean, you don't really know it, but you're probably part of a cat also. So it's important for us to kind of all work together and also value each other's contributions in our lives and stuff, and to just kind of use caution when we're doing business things, because it's the business stuff that really can be the most dangerous. But then also, I think that's why we have these countertop situations too, where, sometimes the businesses are getting really, really dangerous with the way that they can manipulate us, that it actually takes intervention on like the kitchen's, behalf to like try and reorganize everything. So I think that's what's going on with that. And I'm still very, very much concerned about prison, and why that is because it's still important that we remember that putting people in a storage facility or putting people in a cabinet and calling it Indian in the cupboard it's basically treating people like storage and property, and it's slavery. It really is. And the part where Patricia Arquette's like talking about machines, for some people that's what we are, because we don't know when to stop. And the reason we don't, from my point of view, is because, well, maybe we're being led by someone who's blind, and you just don't know, but you still have faith. But the problem here is that my understanding of faith is that when you meet faith, it's a person, by the way. Faith is actually a person, and it's usually a woman. I've never met a man by the name of Faith. But when you meet her,